So your mom was Japanese,
Yes.
and your dad Australian.
Correct.
How is being Eurasian, growing up in Australia at that time?
It was tough.
Yeah.
I guess.
Were you bullied a lot at school?
Yeah, I guess that's one of the things that I admire my mum now, because I look back at my youth and growing up, and my mum always used to she brainwashed both my brother and I that we had to be proud. We had Japanese blood and we were from samurai family,
Wow.
and so we had this cultural understanding. But when we went to school, we didn't realise we were going to school, and the kids we were going to school with, their fathers were in prison camps, and so we didn't understand this part. But it was tough, My brother and I were sort of, we were bullied, but I mean, we were hardened, and we were prepared for it, and I guess it made me a stronger person in what I am today. But I guess back in those days, there was after the Second World War, there was a lot of there's a lot of ill feeling on all sides. There's no winners in war, in my opinion. But now, I was probably the only Asian in the suburbs where it's become Melbourne, where I live, is a multi, and even Australia as a whole. There's many Asians in Australia now, and they're making it home. So it's it's normal.
It's a norm now.
And being a national team player and all that, everyone knows me as Davo, and and I'm an Aussie now, and always was an
Aussie.
Always an Aussie, but it's what you have in your heart,
It was just that you looked a bit different.
Well,
from
I was
else.
Asian looking, but they didn't realise that I was an Australian by heart, and I guess that's what, when you ask people now what is an Aussie, it's quite an interesting cocktail.
So you said you started playing football with your Greek friends.
Yes, correct.
How did you end up playing football professionally?
Just local club, started at local school and then went to a local club with the other boys, and I guess, just because of the passion and the friendship, that was the drive. And then obviously I started to develop into a better player, and what happened, you don't know, but in this industry, you can be here today and you don't know where you are tomorrow, and doors were opening for me, and I guess in one way too, being half Asian, you stood out because you were different. Yeah. And people used to say, look at that, they used to always saw this Chinese boy, so there's this Chinese boy, you should have a look at him, so actually it was Japanese and culture, and and that's how it started, and doors opened. I started continually, and I got into the national youth team system, and then from there, once you're in the national system, I played for my state, represented my state, went into the youth system, and played for the national team, and just went on from there.
Okay. Was there a point in your life where you thought, okay, this is my career, this is the path that I have to go?
I never really thought about having a career in football.
Yeah.
I just love playing football.
Okay.
My wife always says to my son, who's a footballer as well, you have to love the game to succeed. And I remember sitting down with Jason and saying, I don't know if I agree with that. I said many people love the game, but they're not footballers. Yeah. And my wife turned around and said to me, she said, well, what do you think? And I said, from my experience, you have to be addicted to the game, and then you've got a small chance. So, and I was addicted to the game and still am. And the game's been good to me. And
of course, talent plays a big role as well. I mean, you can be addicted to the game, but if you have two left feet, then you can't play, right?
Sometimes I was having this argument with Scott Ollishaw the other day, and I don't believe, I shouldn't say that I don't believe in talented players. Okay. I think, motor skills, and some that have better motor skills than others, but I'm a firm believer of hard work. Yeah. I really think hard work, commitment, there's a lot of factors that mould, and we're talking about, the football side of it, but I really believe the key to success is the mind. If you develop the mind properly, you can achieve anything in life. Yeah.